Hey, it's Tony talking car biz. In today's vehicle video, a 2023 Venza XLE Nightshade edition. Hey, in this video we're going to dive inside, check out all the interior features. Watch for a link at the end of this video for the exterior review. But let's get started right here inside on the driver's door. Let's dive in up front, and first thing, let's take a look at the door and the door panel, all the great features here on the door. So it's really a charcoal gray trim on the door. This is all fabric through here, so not a hard plastic. It's soft tech fabric with a light gray stitching. They've got this really cool trim piece right here. It's kind of a braided fabric trim, silver door handle, silver trim here. The Nightshade edition does have the memory seat, power windows, power door locks, power outside retractable mirror. So that mirror right there, when you put it in park, it'll fold in automatically. So if you've got a garage, that's going to come in super handy. There's also speakers down here in the doors, bottle holders, puddle light on the door. So a lot going on just on the door panel itself. Take a look at the driver's seat. First of all, there's a Venza threshold plate, a full power driver's seat. Passenger seat's going to be manual, so you've got power lumbar support, side airbags right here in the seats. These are a soft tech fabric seat, so it feels like leather, but it's actually kind of a fabric feel. Heated seats, bucket seats, height adjustable headrest, height adjustable seat belt, standard. Really nice, comfortable interior. Fabric up here on the dash as well. This is a padded soft tech fabric dash. Switches for dimmer switch for your dash lights, automatic high beam switch, traction control on and off, and your power liftgate switch there. Hood and gas door release is going to be down here. Dead pedal brake and gas exactly where you would expect them. So a lot of great features just on the driver's side here. Let's go ahead and grab a seat. Behind the wheel of the Venza 423, there is quite a bit of room in the front seat, more than I would have expected based upon the styling of the vehicle. Legroom is pretty darn good up front. I could not drive this car with the seat all the way back, so I think you'll be fine if you're 6 foot. If you're 6'4" or 5, probably not, but for the average person, I think it's going to be super comfortable inside here. So this one does have the power tilt telescoping steering wheel down here, part of the memory seat package. Heated steering wheel is an option. This one does not have it. Leather wrap is standard. Cruise control settings are over here. Dynamic radar cruise control settings, lane tracing on and off, and then you can change the radio stations there as well. There is a driver's side airbag here. Information center controls are here, so we've got a 7-inch information center up here. We'll take a look at that in just a minute. Bluetooth connectivity for your smartphone with voice activation is standard. The Venza does have electronic power steering. On this side of the steering wheel, wiper controls for front and rear. Both of them have intermittent adjustments. Your trip and odometer switch is way down here. Just thought I'd point that out while we're there. And then over on this side, we've got our headlight and fog light controls. So headlights are here. We do have auto on and off for those headlights, also auto high beams, and then your fog light controls are right here. Toyota also does a thing with their turn signals where if you lightly tap down on it, the indicator will blink 3 times and then turn itself off. That's great for making lane changes. Let's take a quick look at the gauge cluster. I've got it running. I'm going to move my seat ahead so I can see what I'm looking at here. So I've got it on. I'm just going to turn it off so you can see what it looks like when you start it up. On the XLE trim, you do have analog speedometer and other gauges there. We'll go ahead and turn that on. So a little bit of an animation for the Toyota Venza there. On the left-hand side, here's our energy monitoring system, our engine temperature, and then speedometer and fuel gauge over on this side. You can see it's a backlit kind of a chronographic style with blue analog gauges here. And then our information center is here in the middle, which has a variety of information, including outside temperature. I'm going to just toggle through right here and show you some of the features. So a digital speedometer, clock, of course, and then you can do your fuel economy. All of those things can be personalized based upon your own preferences. There's our energy monitoring system. Let me go back to that 1 second so you can see all the little bit of the things. Oh, there's your tire pressure setting sensors, so you know how much tire pressure you have in each tire. So just a lot of great features on here. Pre-collision blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, parking assist, road sign assist. There's a bunch of safety features on here, but a pretty cool instrumentation cluster. Now as we move over to the center console, the head unit here is all new for 2023. This is a 12.3 inch head unit, not the JBL audio system. This is your standard sound system on the Venza. Really nice setup. They got rid of all these buttons and switches and were able to get down to just 2 volume and an on and off switch. I think that's a big plus for these, so not a lot of clutter. This one is sold, so I'm not going to be able to show you all the features, but I'll jump in here. It's a touchscreen. It's very responsive. Toyota's now developing all their own software. I'll jump over to the radio here and turn that on. Now there's radio controls here, and then I mentioned earlier there's also controls on the steering wheel, but this is now wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Alexa compatible, Sirius satellite radio, 3 months of the Platinum service on there. So a really nice package. This is a larger unit, 12.3. It looks awesome, and it really doesn't obstruct your view out the front either. So that's going to come in super handy, and I think it's a big plus and a nice improvement. 2 more vents here. These are your hazard lights. We do have automatic temperature control with the virtual switches, so no dials and knobs on here. Individual temperature settings for front driver and for front passenger. Front window defrost, rear window defrost with your heated outside mirrors are there as well. Let's take a look at our backup camera. This is all new for 2023. Also much larger, much clearer, and we do have dynamic grid as well to tell you the path projection, so that's nice to have on there as well. Heading down further down here, there's a lot more to look at. Let me throw some light down there so you can see it all. Now there's wireless charging for your smartphone right here, so you can just drop the smartphone, but there's also 3 additional USB-C charging opportunities, so a total of 4 ways to charge stuff up front. Here's your push button start. Here's more of that faux metallic trim that we saw over on when we were looking at the doors, and more silver satin trim here as well. There's some switches down here. Your parking brake, you have electronic parking brake, EV mode, and then your drive modes. So you have eco, normal, and sport modes, and there is a visual indicator of that up on the gauge cluster. I'll go up here, take a look right here in the center, and as I toggle between your drive modes, so I'm in sport, normal, and eco, so there's a visual indicator of what mode you're actually in, but trust me, you'll feel the difference in the performance when you switch between those 2 modes. This entire section right here is kind of like an island on the center console. This is all fabric, feels really nice, super upscale feel to it. We've got a leather wrapped shifter with more of that silver satin trim, and very upscale, like I say, a luxurious feeling on the inside of here. 2 cup holders with extra deep pockets, and then our armrest is also Softech fabric, and when we open it up, we find our heated seat controls here, more of that metallic trim similar to what we saw over on the armrest. There's a little odds and ends tray here that can be taken out, and then a nice big storage compartment down underneath. And I don't know if you can see it from this angle, but there's actually a 12-volt outlet down here as well. So 1 more place. So what are we looking at? 4 or 5 different places to plug in your gadgets and your smartphones and what have you, just in the front seat. Here's a quick look at your passenger seat, passenger side. There's a passenger assist grip up here. We've got lighted vanity mirrors, which are LED lights on those. We've got visor extensions. This one does have the panoramic moonroof. That's an option, that's extra charge. If we open it up, we can see I should say not panoramic moonroof, it's what they call a stargaze moonroof. So the stargaze moonroof, this actually does not open. It's a glass panel with a visor on it, and right now it's kind of a frosted look. But what's really cool about this thing is when you tap on this button right here, it actually makes it transparent and lets the sun shine in. So it doesn't open, but it does bring in a lot of extra light. And then if you want to shut down the light, you hit it and it frosts back over and you can't see out of it. Really a cool effect. This is the only Toyota that has the stargaze moonroof. So something you're going to want to stop by a Toyota store and take a look at. Also up here we've got overhead LED reading lights on both sides. We've got some indicator lamps, and then this switch right here is your roadside assistance, your safety connect. So if you have issues out on the road, hit that. Toyota will get you some help. Rear view mirror is semi-frameless. There are switches underneath here for home link, your garage door opener set up right underneath there. Take a look over on the passenger side. Once again, the dashboard on here is also fabric, more of that braided trim that we saw earlier. And then our glove box does not have a lock on it, but you do get all your owner's manuals, of course, all tucked away inside there. So definitely a luxury SUV, and the Nightshade edition comes with a lot of great features. Let's jump in the back seat and check that out. Here's a quick look up front from the back seat, and this one does have that panoramic moonroof, so I wanted to show you that. It's an extra charge, but some like it, some don't. You decide for yourself. I do have this back seat folded down. Wanted to show you that you've got cargo area here, 2 passenger seating on this side, so that's nice and practical, helpful. Passenger assist grips, coat hooks back here, LED overhead reading lights. I like the fact that it's behind the passengers, so if they are trying to read, it's going to light that up nicely. It also lights up the trunk a little bit nicer as well. There's pockets on the back of this seat and this seat. Vents down here, but not temperature controls. And then way down on the floor, way down there, there are 2 USB ports. So that's going to be a nice new addition for 2023. Plug in your stuff. So you've got what, 5 up front and 2 in the trunk. You're really going to get charged up in this little compact SUV. There's lots of room back here for legroom. This seat is in a position that I would drive it, and take a look at how much legroom there is back here. So really comfortable, sits up pretty nice. Wanted to show you a real quick feature on these back seats. So height adjustable headrest, but these also recline. So right now it's reclined all the way back. See how it's semi-flush here? But if I pull up on this handle, I can bring it more in an upright position, and that gives me a little bit more of a straight up position. So if I want to sit back and relax, I just pull this handle, move it back, and away I go. So a really great feature on the back seat that a lot of people aren't aware of. Pockets on the doors, power window switch, they are backlit, and then the door panels laid out similar to what we saw up front. So heading into the trunk, I did want to show you the kick sensor. So there's a sensor underneath here. Just give it a kick and it will open up. That will not work if the vehicle's running. So you got to have the vehicle turned off, but it is a nice kick sensor. You can also use your remote control. There's a switch here on the remote control to pop that open. There's a switch up front, and then there's also a switch under the door handle. And then to close it, you have another switch here. And you do have the ability to set up the height on there for different height garage doors, so you can set it up so it only opens so far and it won't hit the top of your garage. I love the opening on this. It's nice and wide, largely unobstructed. Cargo cover is standard. It's removable. Don't need any tools. Just give it a tug like that, and boom, you can pull it out. Let's go ahead and set it over here. By the way, they do offer these all-weather floor liners for the Venza as well. That's going to be an extra charge. Strongly recommend those. Back to the trunk. Notice the opening is clear, largely unobstructed. I like these. This is a nice touch. These are aluminum threshold plates. They go around to the sides here as well. So just a styling cue. LED light here. Notice we do have the fold down seats. So there's 40%. Here's 60%. Pretty much you'll want to come around to the side here to fold this seat down. Not easy to do from standing back there, but once it's down, take a look at how much cargo room is in this. Venza. Pretty amazing the amount of room. I think you could put a single air mattress in there if you want to crash overnight. Maybe do a weekend camping trip or something like that. Underneath here, we've got our storage. So there's our toolkit. Lots of storage up in here for jumper cables, emergency equipment. Look at how much room is down here. So if you've got some stuff you want to stow away, get out of sight, out of mind, it's going to be really nice. The other thing they did was they put this, just a little touch, but they put this insulation in here so you don't get a lot of noise coming out, road noise coming up and out of the trunk. So a lot of great features. Toyota really does think about a lot of those little things when they put together their vehicles. Just those little practical everyday things are what make Toyota such a great option.